our channel Lightling Vision. Today we're going to talk about a big subject, that is the soul. So what is the soul exactly? I'm going to ask our guest, who is she has written several books, and believe me, you will want to read them because it is really an eye-opening, and I'm still learning, so thank you, Mother.
Thanks.
So could you explain to us what is the soul, and what does it do to us, and how can we acknowledge our soul?
The existence of our soul, that's what you mean.
Yes.
The difficulty of the soul is that it belongs to a complete different reality. That's to say, in our daily mundane type of consciousness, our daily reality is based on a consciousness that is the consciousness of the personality in us, of the, you can say, human nature. And human nature has the inconvenience of seeing things, as you can say, from the outside. Human nature in us looks upon life from an outer point of view. It sees the appearances, but not what is going on behind the appearances, and even less why the things are as they are and what is the goal. The lower nature, or the human nature in us, has, you might say, she has her own vision of life. She has her ideals, her desires, what she wants, what she doesn't want, her sympathies and antipathies. I have already talked about that in other videos. The human nature, there is an expression I once heard in a song from Simon and Garfunkel a long time ago, and they sang, "A man sees what he wants to see and disregards the rest." I think that this is what best explains what's happening. The human nature in us sees the way in a kind of tunnel vision, the vision of it's a small vision. It's what you would like to see, or how you would like the world to be, and how you would like to others to behave. It's a kind of wishful thinking. Well, this wishful thinking is typically the human nature in us, and that's the state of consciousness we are daily in. We are in it naturally, and we don't even realize it. So you can say the difficulty that we have to deal with is that the vision of the soul in us and the vision of our daily human nature in which we live, our body, our intellect, our emotional body, our emotions, that's completely on the opposite. Because often we can say, yes, the soul, where is it? Often we think it's very far away, but it's not far away. It's only far away because there are two parts in yourself. There is your divine nature, of which your soul is a part of that nature. And there's your human nature, which is linked to your body. And those two natures somehow have opposite visions of life. That makes it possible for us to grow and learn. So it's not something that we have to condemn or to get rid of. It is a status quo. This same situation is and has a reason to be there. So we live as human beings on a daily basis in two opposite visions or states of consciousness. And we have most of the time the habit to put ourselves on one side of the scales. That's to say, we see the world through the eyes of the lower nature or of the human nature. And somehow we forget about the other part. It is there, it's not far away, but we forget about it because we are so concentrated on this human, physical part of ourselves. And then you will see that you naturally see the world through the eyes of this personality, this human part. And then you will naturally also encounter the conflict one day or another in life, because the soul sees things in another way, and life will help you, and that's a very strange phenomenon, to learn to see things little by little through the eyes of the soul. Even though, and that's the paradox, you will have the habit to see it through the eyes of the personality. And what's the difference that I will try to explain in those videos that concern the soul? What's the difference? Well, the lower nature, the human personality, is based, as I already said, on wishful thinking. You would like your husband or your wife to be such and so. You would like your children to have certain characteristics and others not. In fact, you would like the world to be shaped and to function the way you would like it. But that is the vision, very probably, of your lower nature. And then you will see that life itself, in the course of your lifetime, is made to show you the opposite. Life will all the time show you that things are not the way you thought, even though it might sometimes take many years, a long time. But you can't escape. You will sooner or later find out that your husband or your wife is not completely what you thought they were, and that can be a good surprise or a bad surprise. That's something else. But you will, good or bad, you will find out that people are not often not what you think. And that can be your partner, your children, your boss, your family, your sisters, your brothers, your parents. You have to find out little by little that the world is not completely shaped in dimensions or in the forms that you would have liked this to be. But that will make you aware this system is perfectly constructed by an intelligence that gives birth, that has given birth to this world. That will bring you, little by little, to the other vision, that is the vision of the soul. And that is a long way, often. But if you know this way can be a bit more easier. It's the fact that you don't know this that makes the life often difficult. If you know that life will in the course of lifetime, show you that things are not the way you think, then you're a bit more prepared. It will not make it always easier to accept deceptions or that illusions go away, but you will not be fighting so much to make them come back. Many people fight in life because illusions are being taken away, and they do all they can to reconstruct them in one way or another. And that is what's tiring. And that's what's creating a lot of suffering on earth. The fact that you don't know that life is made for taking you away illusions, and because behind the illusion, the reality finally is better. And that's what I'll try to talk about in the next.
Wow, thank you, Mother. This was part 1 of What is the Soul with Mother. So that is quite amazing. Thank you so much. So we'll expect your comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one about the soul. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.
Your whole life through you all traces left in the sand, footprints marked out in virgin soil, hearing eyes towards light. No one else but you knows the path that you are following, through the sun and rain and wind, drawing lines at once in dust and time. You're a solitary rider, just a solitary rider. If one day you decide to take a look upon the other side, a world will open that is new, full of pathways still unknown to you. As a solitary rider, as a solitary rider. Traces left in the sand, footprints marked out in virgin soil, peering eyes without guide, fearless, straight ahead. You're a solitary rider, and one day you'll disappear on the horizon. One fine day you'll disappear on the horizon. You'll disappear on the horizon.